Hello, my name is Matthew Warren, and I am the president of Georgia Tech's Design Build Fly team. So every year, we compete in 3 international aircraft design competitions. The American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics Design Build Fly competition, and the Society of Automotive Engineers Aero Design Micro and Advanced Class competitions. And for each competition, we receive a set of rules in about September, and we go through and spend the next 8 months designing an airplane for the competition. So above me here, you'll see planes that we've built over about the last 3 years. And you'll notice that each one is very unique. Today, I'll be talking about my favorite of these unique designs, which is the only airplane that I could fit in my carry-on luggage, which was last year's micro-class plane. And once again, you'll notice that this plane is very odd. It's unique. It doesn't look normal. And to explain why, I have to start with the rules. So the first requirement is that the airplane must fit into a 6-inch diameter tube. Your score, as you can see on this plot, increases as the length of that tube decreases. A competing requirement is that score increases as the payload fraction of the airplane increases, where payload fraction is essentially the ratio between the weight carried by the airplane to the weight of the airplane by itself. So the ideal airplane is going to be very light, carry a lot of weight, and fit in a very small tube. So we tested a number of prototype designs. We started with a flying wing. We tested an airplane with a composite folding wing. We tested a parafoil, and we finally tested a Rogallo. And we actually built and flew every single type of airplane that you see here. And this was essential to us. It showed us the performance benefits and drawbacks of each design. And we finally chose the Rogallo design because it demonstrated the highest scoring potential. But when we selected it, we hadn't actually figured out how to fit into the tube yet. So the biggest challenge was fitting the wing structure, which you can see up here without the fabric on it, into the tube. We tried using hinges, tent pole construction, telescoping. Nothing really felt quite right. One day, somebody jokingly said, why don't you just take the wing and bend it into the tube? And this actually works quite well. We used rectangular carbon fiber rods that are thin in one direction and are flexible, that they bend into the tube. But in the other direction, they're thicker, and they can actually support the weight of the airplane in flight. This didn't solve all our problems. We used a number of 3D printed, custom-made joints. So we have joints at the front of the airplane and the middle of the airplane to hold the carbon fiber rods in place. We have hinges along the tail boom that allow the boom to fold into position in the tube and then lock into position for flight. And the entire tail slides off the back of the airplane and fits flat in the bottom of the tube. So in the end, the competition version of this airplane here fits in this tube, which is just 3 inches tall. And for those who can't read it, it says chicken of the sky because the team thought it looked like an oversized tuna can. And to prove that it flies, here's a nice video. I was actually the pilot for this flight, and my launcher, Andre, is in the audience, along with the videographer, Lansing, and my spotter, Andrew. They're all here with us. But this airplane here is flying with about 1.5 pounds of steel plates and weighs just 0.3 pounds, so around a third. And of course, landings are very graceful because it doesn't actually have landing gear. It would weigh too much. So about 1 month after that video was taken, we flew this airplane at the competition and received first place. We actually also got first place in the advanced class competition with the larger airplane you see here. And a little after that, we got second place at the AIAA Design Build Fly competition. And I really started to think about what made us so successful this year, or last year. And I really think it came down to our ability to come up with wild ideas and then use modern design tools such as computer design and 3D printing to prototype those designs very quickly and test them frequently and test them as soon as possible. And I believe it's these wild designs, and especially these design methods, that will enable the ultra-small, man-portable UAVs of the future. So, thank you.